Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the European Racing Series. I'm your host, Kassa, and we're coming to you from a overcast looking circuit pull card here in France. And for some reason my controller's not working. It's been very slow. I'm going to have to just restart that. That's going to mean that screen's going to potentially pop up. I have no sound as well. What's going on? There we go. We've got sound. We've got controller. We've got tyres. It's just... There we go. Right, yes, welcome, sorry, to the second pull card here in the heart of France, a host of Grand Prix since, well, a long time ago. It took a little break back in the 90s when it went to Monaco. It's back once again, and we're now just waiting for some action on track. We've got a couple of people out on outlaps. We've got Jorn on the hard tyres out there. Controller's still playing City Bikers, so let's try, just restart it again quickly. Apologise for this. That's that. Hopefully that sorts it. Occasionally it just has a problem connecting. But yeah, bit of overcast here. Apparently it's not going to rain. We'll see how that pans out for them. I've heard it's not going to rain before and seen rain in the past. So let's see how they get on. You're going to be one of the first men to start a lap here today. And again, I'm slightly unprepared today. Just trying to get the standings up so I can tell you exactly what's happening. It's always quite useful, isn't it? So you know how we are before we get there. And it's just been a little slow. So let's just sit on board with yours. He's coming through the final part of Sector 3. Ah, there we go. We've got the results up. So we'll go into that later. Let's start on board with Jorn. He's going to take us on a flying lap then around the circuit pull card in the Toro Rosso. No pressure. There we go. So, opening straight, DRS wide open as you go down towards turn 1, a little bit downhill in the middle of the straight. That could catch people out and be quite useful at the start. But then we get to turn 1 and these connect corners just flow together beautifully through the exit of 2. And this is a little corner, it's not actually a corner, but it can still be used. Turn 3, hard braking, then the tight turn 4, and even tighter turn 5. At this point the track starts to open up a little bit as you come to the end of Sector 1. DRS detection point coming up as well, right about there. Through turn 7, and then this is the long back straight. DRS wide open as we go down here, down towards the hairpin. Not hairpin, sorry, the chicane 8 and 9. Jorn's guessing on the brakes, throwing it in quite aggressively. Has he invalidated? Looks like he's okay for now. Exit then, not real corner. You're getting well out of the way, that's good. And we're coming up now, end of Sector 1 and into Turn 10, or as it's generally known, Rainbow Road. After we had to name the corner, he crashed, we named it after him. Through Turn 11, the very long right-hander, double apex there for you. Into Turn 12, the late apex here, very late, there it is, just where the sort of the post marker is, and that will probably disappear in the race. Through the long right-hander, Turn 13. Into turn 14 again, very late apex here. Jorn hitting it beautifully, and then into 15 and get that DRS wide open as you go towards the start finish line, and he does 132.449 on the hard's mind, so that should be relatively easy to beat. I wouldn't be surprised if it's beaten almost immediately. Let's see who's coming up to the line. Max is coming up to the line, he's just on a 30.68. Where is Yonti? He's just going through the chicane. Oh no, sorry, he's coming up to the back straight. So he's a fair distance away at this moment in time. Let's go aboard with him in the racing point for a quick moment. He's just coming to the end of Sector 1, there it is, as Tompa puts in the fastest lap of 30.568 for him. Fish out Max's. Quickly on the standings then, and how we looked last race. Last race was Canada. The winner there was Yonti. Picks up his 4th win of the season after 7 rounds. So he's looking quite pretty at the top of the standings. He's on 148. Fagioko, 2nd place now. 82 points off Yonti. He's on 66 points, so a big gap there. Whether or not we'll see someone challenge Yonti towards the end of the season, we're going to have to find out. As long as he keeps turning up and putting in decent results, he will be hard to beat. And the sun's starting to come out a little bit now. There's still a bit of cloud around, but the sun is trying to peek out from behind those clouds. Brandy's in 3rd place. Is he here? He's not. Oh, he is here. He's back now. He's missed 2 races in a row. And he's back and looking to claim that second spot back off Reggioco and keep up the pressure on Yonti. He's only just 2 points behind Reggioco. And we've got a tie for 4th place. It's incorrectly written down here, but Beaker is in 4th on 57 and Hazard is in 5th on 57, but due to the fact that Beaker has a 2nd place and Hazard doesn't, Beaker is technically ahead there. Spicy's on 49 points, Ascaro's on 40 points, 33 points for Marinello Baby, Duxie B on 27, running out in top 10, Dan on 24. And so, a few laps starting to fly in now. Who we got? Jurislav, is he on a lap? He invalidates his first one, he's in Mozero, so I suspect he's not going again. Marinello Baby is on an outlap, so he'll be putting in a time shortly. Is Ray going? If he is, that's a very strange racing line. That's I'm going back to the pits, please don't hit me line. I'm trying to get off the racing track. And into the pits he goes, and Jurislav as well. So, for those who've not seen the France track, it was recently updated in a patch a few months ago to include the new pit lane entry. And I've seen a few people have some issues with it, and I've seen some people have a great entry to the pit lane where they lose it on the corner and just sling it straight into the pit lane. It can catch you out in the fact that you can actually get a corner cutting penalty on the way in if you're not really paying attention, and people need to be aware of that as they try and get into that pit lane. Jorn's coming to complete a 2nd flying lap on those hards. He did a 32.4 earlier. He slight improvement by 4/10 up to 32 dead. And just off the back of Yonti, Yonti's done it also on the hards. So that's interesting that he's matched Yonti but has done extra laps on there. Dan, his teammate, comes up and beats Yonti with a 31.885. Good enough for P9 at the moment. Marinello Baby is on a lap. He is coming up to turns 8 and 9, and we're going to see how he can do from back here. And Ray's going for a set of mediums at the moment. So a lot of soft runners and a splattering of hards. And one person currently fitted the mediums. He's not done a lap yet, and it doesn't really count really to get out of the garage on those stars. But Romano Baby going through turn 11, the long right-hander never seems to end this corner. It's quite a long one. It's about 200 degrees, possibly 210 actually, of turning through that corner, which is quite long. It goes beyond the 180 quite easily, and just the constant turn makes it quite interesting. Not many overtaking opportunities around that. Your overtaking opportunities are going to be potentially down into turn 1 with that DRS you have into it, and there's always a chance down into 3 if you get a good drive off the exit. So this is, I was going to show them the corner. Thanks Marino Obi for cutting it. Let's have a look. Who is on a fly? Where's Duxie B? He's coming towards the end. Spicy in the middle. Max is doing his best to go really slowly. So let's go on board with Max. He's going to start flying. We're going to show you the overtaking areas. This is Max though. He'll find an area where there shouldn't be one. But turn 1 is there. This is another first overtaking opportunity through there. Then if you get a good drive off here and your opponent doesn't, you have a chance of sending it down the inside into turn 3, which is this one coming up here. And you can actually battle alongside someone the whole way around this section, because you just don't really straighten up until the exit of 6. You get a little straighten up here, and then if you're still alongside, then you've got the DRS through here. Obviously you want to be slightly behind to actually get it, but then obviously you're going to come up to the chicane of 8 and 9. Obvious overtaking opportunity with DRS into a hard braking zone. Max is sliding it through said braking zone. And then if you get a chance coming off there, you do have a sniffle of a chance of making an overtake on the approach to turn 10 if you can just get a better drive off your opponent. And you're not really going to go too wide through there too often, and very unlikely to go too wide through turn 11 because it's such a long corner. If you're on the inside, you're almost guaranteed that place. And then you're not really going to see many overtakes in the remainder of Sector 3. Sector 3 is sort of just getting you ready to get the overtakes. You just want to stay on the rear of the guy in front. You may fancy a chance if they make a mistake, but you're not going to make many dives on there. And Max comes around the final corner. He is going to set he's going to be 30 something. It's 35.8. Improvement by a tenth. P6 as it stands. Doesn't move up, doesn't move down. Just gets a bit closer to Beaker. Up there in 6th. And who was that just jumped up? Was that Duxie B? I think it was Duxie B just had a little jump up. Or Topper. Duxie B jumped up there to 4th. Fragile current pole sitter. Got a little bit of gap over Duke. He is on a fly. Can he improve in that Ferrari? Oh, we're going to see Fragile starting at the front. I keep tipping him to do well, and every now and again he does do really well, and it's great to see. Spicy goes fastest, first and 29s. Can Francesco meet it? He does, but only by 100th of a second does he beat Spicy. So, that's rather spicy now. So, let's have a look further back. Duke is just started a lap. Where's Brownie? He's coming up towards that turn 10, and he has a chance of putting it towards the front. Can he get up to the front row? He's been a bit out of practice recently. He's been away for a few weeks from most leagues and just trying to still get back into the rhythm of it all, and hopefully he can get back into said rhythm and get a good result here. He needs it if he wants to continue the charge on Yonti. Yonti's still on hard tyres with 6 minutes 20 to go. He's still on hard tyres down there in 10th place. As it stands, he will be starting on those hard tyres. Whether or not he wants to. If he doesn't want to, then he needs to put in a quick lap on some other tyres. Bradley comes across the line, improves time-wise, doesn't improve position-wise, so he will be P4 for now. Duke is on his lap, coming up to turn 12. As it says on that board, thank you very much. Into turn 13 then. And you're going to see if he can improve. He's really close, and no, he's backed off, and into the pits he comes. Not liking that lap one bit. Drew stabs out on a flyer, and I thought I was going to jinx him there. And he stays on track, and Francesco gets off track to get out of his way. As Drew stabs in mode 0, so he's probably invalidated already, so we'll skip on. Jorn's still going on hard, but he's now running out of fuel, so he's going to be bringing this one in this lap. Maranello baby out there in mode 0. Is he going for a reinstallation and then go again? Quite potentially. Yonti's finally brought it into the pits, and so is Maranello baby. So is Brownie going? He is going this time. Invalidated first time, going to have to go for it. We've only got 5 minutes left of the session, and it's quite a long lap here. We're looking at 130s into the 129s, so you've got an outlap of around 2 minutes, maybe a 150, depends on how you want to drive it. Maybe even longer if you drive quite slow. Always a risk. As Drew Staff stutters through that section now, just runs a little bit too deep on the exit 6. That's going to mess up his line for 7. Hopefully it's not messed up too much. This is coming up to the chicane, the 8 and 9 chicane. And a little bit wibbly wobbly for him. Throws it in and sticks it. So it looks like Max is coming out on some mediums, Yonti's coming out on mediums. And Maranello baby as well. They're still not out, they're just putting him on for now. They've not said, yep, I'm coming out just yet. Just getting themselves ready to come out. Max, however, has come out, but he's got 4 minutes to go. It's going to be one of the longest outlaps if he's doing that. It is my usual co-host's favourite time of the day. It is the calm before the storm. And we've got just shy of 4 minutes left, as to say. So everyone's just making those final changes, trying to get whatever they need. Obviously, if you come out on the final flying lap, you don't need fuel to get back in. You can put in the absolute bare minimum. Jerusalem up to P9 then for him, and I think he might be done for today. He's got to get back to the pit lane very quickly, and I don't think he's going to have... It's not out of the realms of possibility of him coming back out, but it's going to be a very quick pit stop, if that's going to work. And let's look at Ray down there in 14th. No time just yet. No fuel either by the looks of things. And he's made a mistake there. Ooh, he's made a few mistakes, Ray. I don't think this is going to be a flying lap anyway. No, he's bringing this one back to pits. Not happy. Max is trying to overtake him into the pit lane. So 3 minutes left. People are going to be looking to come out, get that final lap on. And let's see who is... Tompa is on that flying lap right now. on the softs. Let's have a look on how everyone's done their laps so far. Top 9 are all done on softs. The next 4 all on medium, on hards, and Ray still to set a time. So for Max to run mediums, he's going to have to pull something out of the bag. Big, really, to improve on himself. And I think that's why he's back in the pits. He's realising he's not going to. And yep, there you go, changing on to softs. But Tompa now going through turn 11. Can he improve on his time? Can he put it up on the front row? Is he going to go for another run after this? He's got the time to do it if he wishes. As we hit that 2-minute warning, it's time to get out of the pits. If you're still in the pits, you might struggle to make it to the line. Topper coming around that final corner right now, powering down. DRS opening looks a little bit skiddy through some of those corners, but he's up to P3, 30.086. And we've got 140 left of the session. So let's have a look around. That's the wrong button. And he's got a McLaren next to him, so let's have a quick look. Who we're going to look at? Let's see. Yonti, championship leader. He's on the fly. We've got 120 left. That means Jeruslav is out. He's not going to get around and put in the time. And just wonder if we're going to lose any other drivers who are trying to make it late on crossing the line. And will we see someone just missed getting it to the line in time? 1 minute left of the session. It's do or die time. I think everyone should be fine. I think anyway. We'll soon find out. Yonsi coming up to the final corner now. He's going to have to improve on his previous best, but it shouldn't be too hard. He's in the mediums instead of the hards. Where is he going to put himself? Up only to P9. He did improve by 1.1 seconds, but P9, when you've got other people around you who can knock you outside the top 10, we'll see if that works for him. Maranello, baby, is on a flyer along with Yorn. Yorn's just started, so we'll stick with the Williams. And Max is getting out of the way. He's got 20 seconds to get to that line. Should be okay. And Maranello coming up to the line now. He goes P10. So that's good for Yonti. Where is Beaker? Beaker's about to start. Is he timed this to perfection? He has. Brownie has just started as well. It is all systems go. People just getting their laps in time. Except for Brownie, who's just made a huge mistake. Oh, that was a risky move. Coming back across the track, nearly could have ended in tears for someone else. Spicy is out. He's done. Frederick, your current pole searcher. Where is Duop? Duop's on his way as well. Brownie's done. Beaker is there. Coming towards the back straight. Where's Max? Max is already on the back straight. Right. And he's coming up to the line of these front runners. Looks like Frederick is on his way. Where's Duop? Duop's ahead of him, so let's stick on board with Duop for now. Can he put the pressure on Frederico? Not if he does that. That's Duop made a big mistake. That is probably invalidation right there for him. One less person for Frederico to have in his way. Beaker's still on his way though. Where's Frederico? He's coming up to it now. Duxby's gone. Frederico, just 2 corners left. Can he secure this pole position? Final corner. Has he done enough? It's going to be close. He just missed out on improving. So, eyes immediately fall to Beaker and Max. Max coming out to the final corner now. No, they fall on Ray Ray, who's absolutely smashed it. Where did that come from? Ray Ray, your current pole sitter. Max can't do anything about it. Can Beaker? No, he can't. P4 for Beaker. Brownie is done. He is not going to improve. He's currently 26 seconds down at the end of the second sector, and he retires from the session. And there we go. Well, didn't expect to see Ray Ray at the front, but Ray Ray is your pole sitter, or Ray. Knocking Fragioco off. Fragioco must be absolutely livid after that. He looks so good to be on the pole, but he's at least on the front row. He's in the Mercedes sandwich though. Ray Ray takes the pole, followed by Fragioco, then Spicy. Beaker in 4th, with Tompa in 5th. Duop in 6th. Brownie disappointing 7th after that spin or mistake. 8th is Dax B, 9th is Max, 10th is Yonti. So Yonti will be starting on the mediums down there in 10th. Down 11th, Yawn, 12th, Marinalobi, 13th, and 14th is Jurislav. Obviously, those in the top 10 start on those tyres. Everyone missing out starts on whatever they want. But top 10 also separated by 9/10ths. And yeah, so looking close. And hopefully that means we've got some good action on the way. Right, let's wait now as everyone makes those final adjustments to that setup, get themselves on the track. And Ray is in a good position. I did not expect to see him up there, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in all honesty. I wanted Francesco to be there, and I actually see he's not even. Oh, he's there at the top. Sorry, I was so edging Francesco on to get that pole, but Ray nicking it off him. One of the last laps to be completed. He didn't do a lap all day. Bang, one lap, fastest, done. See you next week. Heartbreak then for Francesco. But he'll be doing his darndest to get that position back off him. As we're going on the formation lap then. So, as you can see, grid is as we just went through. Let's check those tyres. Top 9 all on softs and Yonti on mediums as they were qualified on. Dan and Yorn both on mediums, so interesting there's no split strategy by the Toro Rosso boys. In 13th you got Marinalobi and 14th is Jurislav. Jurislav starting on the softs there, and Marinalobi the only one on the hards as Ray managed to pick up a Revenant bug. Thank you, Ray. So Jurislav, interesting call from 14th to go for the softs. He needs to get an absolute lightning start if he wants to make use of those. He's going to need to get past the mediums and hard runners pretty much on that opening lap if they are going to be any use to him. If you get stuck behind those guys, then he's going to be just tearing through those tyres like there's no tomorrow. He's going to need everything he's got to get past them. Ray still got a relative bug. Hopefully that's cleared by the time we get to the starting lights. And we'll see. So Yonti trying to do starting on the medium tactics. How will that work out for him? What does he know that the soft drivers don't? Or is it a simple soft to medium strategy? We're going to find out. It could even be a two-stop. We're going to find out how we go. Is it soft to mediums or soft to hards? If it's mediums, what's the medium tactic? Is it nice and safe? Is it medium to hards? It's going to be interesting to see how everyone handles this. This is not a slow circuit by any means. As we're now just waiting for all the drivers to get round and get themselves on the grid. A very long lap we have here today. It is 5.8 kilometres. First Grand Prix was actually held in 1971. That's the French Grand Prix anyway. As I said, this track's been around for a while, but not been used for a very long time as well. I don't think it's been used since the early 90s. But front drivers are getting into position. Back guys are coming around into position as well. Jurislav at the back on those softs. He needs a lightning start if they're going to work here today. Marinalobi, we're just happy to get through these first corners unscathed. As the lights go on. They're off, and we're off then. Very quick start there. Francesco looks a little bit bogged down as Spicy's going to get alongside. There's a little bit of weaving going on back there. I thought that was someone sent spinning as a racing point offline. He may pick up a penalty for overtaking off the line there. Francesco's getting swamped. He's already down to 4th. And he's going to go down again as Beaker gets a good start. Francesco's taking defensive lines there. All through these first few corners nice and cleanly. No damage by the looks of things. Marinalobi dropping back to 14th on those hard tyres. 5-second penalty for Tompa already cutting a corner and gaining a place. Not the best start to a race. And will now come under pressure as we go down the straight, down towards turn 8 and 9. Won't see many people at the front making an overtake, but there's lots of action going on behind. Browning's looking to make moves there on Francesco. Just can't find anything through at this point. And Diop is hovering on the back end of the McLaren as we go up towards Rainbow Road, turn 11, the long right-hander. Yonti's just streaming past Max. Max having problems with those soft tyres. Yonti's got some serious pace on the mediums. Dup's offline, comes back on, and now Yonti's going to be trying to move up once again. As he's still got Max right on his tail. Max is not. Oh, Yonti just lagged straight into Max's face. That's not good for him. And now the crucial part is, as soon as he goes solid, Max needs to be aware that he's gone solid. He's gone solid now, I would have thought. But Max now sits back in to get the slipstream. Had the overtake made and just couldn't make it stick. As Yonti's looking to make moves on Duet, pulls out. Can't do anything with it just yet. And now sits back into the groove. As Max is still there on the back of Yonti. He's got Dan. They're all still quite tightly bound, although Ray has pulled out a quite sizable lead already. Just a quick look at the position changes. Duxby up 3 places so far. We've just started lap 2. Fragiaco with a nightmare start. He's down 4 and under pressure from Brownie. Duke down 2. Yonti and Max also changing, and a few others up front gaining a place after Fragiaco's nightmare of a start. Yonti's having little lag issues all over the place as Max is trying to make a move. He's not going to find any room there, that's for sure. No room for Max. That's one thing for certain. But he's still there on the back of Duke. Let's have a quick flick up to see Brownie and Fragiaco. They are, well, they were relatively close. They're not so close now. Their timings are a little bit out. That's what's throwing me at this point. They'll correct themselves at the end of this lap, as we're going to get DRS. Won't be usable until you get to the back straight, so sector 2. As, oh, Duke looking to make moves there on Brownie. Just sending one down the inside. Brownie and Duke going alongside each other as we're coming up to turn 14. Duke's on the inside. Brownie can carry more speed. And now has the inside of the final corner and takes that position. There's a little budging going on behind, as Max and Dan are trying to exchange places now. Duke's in the slipstream running, looks down the inside, can't go for it just yet, and will sit back in to the groove and wait his turn. So Spicy is still in second place. Ray has had a little bit of lead, but Spicy's managed to trim it back as Beaker's now starting to fall back in 1.3 seconds off the pace of Spicy, but that's 2 seconds off the race lead. Don't forget Tompa, he may be in 4th, but he has a 5-second penalty when he comes into the pits. He will serve it, but he still has to be stationary for 5 seconds before he can even touch the car. Max is now right up on the back of Yonti. Yonti's got slipstream and DRS, but not as good as Max has got. Is Max going to try and send it down the inside? He tries to send it. Little nudging both through the corner. But has that given a chance there to Dan? It doesn't appear to be. Dan is still quite far back. Max is looking. He's looking. He's the type of driver that will take an overtake anywhere. Even if you don't think there's a chance, he's going to go for it. He's going to go the long way around here. Yonti has the inside line. But now Max has the inside. If he's going to make this stick, he needs to make it now. He has got through, but that's going to let... Oh, Dan nearly came through as well. Max has got the position back, and now he can make those soft tyres work as he can close up to the back of his teammate. But he's got to keep an eye on the mirrors. There's 5-second penalty for Fragiaco. That's not good. He's in the pits very early on lap 4 of 27. As Dan and Yonti going side by side down the home straight. Yonti still has it. Dan sitting there wanting to come past as well. There's movement going on further up as Daxiby's got past Tompa. Tompa's now looking. He's still there. He's not gone quietly into the night just yet. As Duop and Brownie are still going at it. And Duop on the back end of Brownie as we're going to come up towards the DRS zone. Should see a couple of overtakes here. Daxby does not have DRS, so Tompa is going to be right on his back end. DRS open, mode 4 activated, mode 4 for both drivers. Is Tompa going to send one? Duxby comes to defend the inside, forcing Tompa to go round, but then he'll have the inside of this corner, and he's made it, and he's through, back up into P4. Further back, Dan is trying to make moves on Max. They were almost side by side coming off that corner. Dan's now going to have the inside for turn A10, and he's going to hold the inside line for now, and again for 11. Max can't do much of it. Where are they? There they are. I mean, that's a lovely camera angle if I hadn't got the things on the screen. But I have, so it's It's okay. So Max has dropped back down to P10. Dan has come past him, and he must have made a little mistake somewhere on that lap because he was up battling with Yonti a moment ago, and now he's battling with Yorn and Dan, two Toro Rossos. Will they start playing games? Tompa has just lost the position there to Brownie, so Tompa's back down to P6. He's, as I said, he still has that 6-second penalty to be faced, 5-second penalty to be faced when he comes to the pits. Duxby has a 3-second penalty to his name, as Brownie's starting to turn the wick up a bit. Now let's have a look at those tyres. So, top 7 all on softs. Only person to stop so far is Frazier. He's down there in 14th on the mediums. Looking like he's going to be 2 stopping. Softs, mediums, I suspect from him. I'm going to see how they work as the race goes on. But Brownie has Duxby almost in his sights, but has a Tompa romping up behind him as Yorn and Max are going at it. Very going at it. And Max has lost the place then to Yorn, and he's going to have to sit back for now. It's not going well for him. He's in 11th. He's on the soft tyres. He fancied a chance at Tier 1 here today. It's not going great for him. He had all right qualifying, but he's now just starting to drop back as these softs start to disintegrate. They're not quite gone just yet. They're on their edge for some drivers. And Duxby and Tompa saying nothing's on edge yet, as Tompa's looking to go down the inside of Brownie. Brownie's left in space, and Brownie only holds the position for now. Tompa's still not going to go quietly. He's going to try and come back. No, he's not. He's going to get DRS on the home straight. Is that going to be enough, though? Is Brownie far enough ahead as Durpin... Oh! Well, sorry, that's Max getting the pits. I was wondering what would happen. This pit lane has that effect, unfortunately, that you can just sort of cut out the last corner and go to the pit lane, and it makes things look interesting. So Max is throwing it in the pits. Tompa's looking down the inside of Brownie. Nothing there just yet. And, oh, that's the back end. That's not there either. That's going to be Duxby coming through. Tompa's not going to be able to do much about that. He just doesn't have the speed for it. A little bit of contact there. That was Dan on the back end of Yonti. And, oh, that's a bit of wing. Whose was that? That was Red Wing. Is that from the Racing Point? It looked like it could have been the Racing Point to do it. Let's have a better look. See if we can get the angle on that wing. It was. There you go. The right front wing then of Duop is off. Yorn is in a good position to take that move. He's going to send one down the inside. He's alongside. He's just a bit ahead, but now he's going to have Duop on the inside, but he's just got that extra wing that allows him to pull away. Up to P9 he goes, while his teammate is looking on the championship leader as in front. Duxby and Tompa. We've got a great view from here from Yonti. Duxby almost concedes there to Tompa. But these mediums on Yonti are starting to come into their own. Stewart picks up a 3-second penalty. Yonti's going to make a move here on Duxby. He goes down the inside. Careful, that Toro Rosso. Don't hit the back end. You don't want to lose a bit of wing just yet. As race leader, Ray Ray is in the pits. Along with, it looks like Duxby's coming in as well. And Duop, they're all coming in. Duop's also going to have wing damage. Whether or not he'll get it changed, we're about to find out. But yeah, these softs are now starting to just slightly fall away, and the mediums are coming into their own, as we can see. The charging mediums of Yonti, Dan and Yorn, they are starting to come at it as Dan runs a little bit wide there. But he shouldn't be too worried. The only person behind him at the moment is his teammate. So Frazier up to P10. How close is he to Ray Ray? He's not far off the back of him, but Frazier will be stopping again. He came out on mediums after his rather early stop. Yonti, 0.36 off the back of Tompa. DRS open. Is he going to be close enough? Is Dan going to be close enough, actually? He's looking. Overcomes Yonti to almost make the overtake, but also make a defence. Now Dan's looking for the switchback. Max picks up a 3-second penalty down there in 12th. Dan, Yonti's a little bit off track there and attempts to get after Tompa. He's done it quite well. Dan's in the slipstream of Tompa. Is he going to fancy a 3 wide into 10? He says, no, thank you. I'll let you guys scrap a little bit more, and I'll take whatever I'm left with. And Tompa slides off and says, there you go, Dan. You can have that one. I don't want it. But he comes straight back on. He's still ahead of Marinello, maybe behind Yorn. As nice little train starting to form here. as Brownie and Beaker be scrapping. Beaker's in the pits. Is Brownie going to be an absolute sitting duck here down the home straight? Spicy's also in, along with Beaker and Tompa. Tompa's going to have that 5-second penalty to be served right about now, as Ray Ray picks up a 3-second penalty for his troubles, down there in 10th place. So that's race leader with a penalty, which is not good at the moment. But Brownie is getting attacked here by Yonti. These the medium gang, we're going to call it, are on the charge. Yonti, Dan and Yorn, they really want to get past Brownie because it's so important for their strategies to get ahead of him. The two Toro Rossos are always scrapping. I don't know if there's any team orders between them. And looks like Yonti is going to be making a move on Brownie as Yorn makes moves on Dan. Let's have a look at Yonti for race lead. No, not yet. Brownie with a bit of a attempted corner cut and then parks it on the apex. Yonti can't do anything about it as they're all in a lovely little train. Look at that, 5 cars all battling for the current race lead. It's softs, mediums, hards, and 2 Toro Rossos going side by side round turn 10 and into 11. They're still side by side. Yonti looks to have got the cuts there and has the race lead. But Brownie's on the inside. Is he going to send it back down? He is going to send it back down. Dan is staying ahead. Dan, a bit of contact. Brownie's just so slow off the corner. Dan is trying to make moves on Yonti, but now he's going to make a move on Brownie. Brownie sends it into the pits. That almost catches Dan out as he loses out to Yorn. Yorn now up to what's going to be P2 in a moment, and it's now a 4-way battle for the lead. Further back, Ray Ray and Fragile still holding off together, and Tompa and Duop are relatively close further back. So let's see, where is Brownie going to come out? He is on his way out now. Where is Spicy? Spicy's going to go through, but on soft, so he'll have to pit again. Fragile goes through, he'll have to pit again, and Ray Ray won't. Fragile picks up a 3-second penalty. Ray Ray's made a big mistake into the wall, and that is front wing damage. He's survived, and he just says nope, 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 and has retired there on track. That is your race leader out, as his AI has finally got back on track, but he has retired from the session, and that will be that for Ray Ray. Further up then, Yorn has got past Yonti. We missed it while looking at Ray Ray. Yorn is your new race leader. Dan is still there on Yonti in that slipstream as they come off turn 9 towards 10. He's not quite close enough to make a move. He'll just sit back for now. So, as it stands, it is Fragile is currently race leader, sort of. Spicy Fragile will still have to pit again. That's one thing for certain. But Spicy's gone soft so far, so he'll probably go softs, mediums, maybe soft hards if you can't get that to work. He'll work that one out as he goes. Fragile started on softs, went to medium, so he'll probably be doing another set of mediums. Again, all depends on how long he can make these tyres last. Beaker will not be stopping again. Beaker, Max, Brownie won't be stopping again. Jurisav will be most likely, along with Duop and Tompa. Obviously the front guys have all still to stop, as they are still all battling, all so closely bound. Yorn is your current race leader on lap 10 of 27. And will Dan fancy a move? Will Yonti fancy a move? Mariner Baby isn't really doing much, in all honesty. He's just quite happily sat behind them. But Yonti not going to be closing up, nor is Dan, so unlikely to see any overtakes here as they all go into the chicane as they were at the beginning of the straight. Brownie and Max swapping places further back. Let's have a quick look. See, is Max going to come back at him? Ooh, not if he slides around the corner like that. And now he's in the slipstream, and DRS. He's just not going to be close enough. Brownie has a half-second lead, fresher tyres. Slightly colder tyres, but still a few laps fresher than Max. And holds off for now. Let's look further back. Tompa and Duop. They're still quite close. Tompa's served his penalty. A 5-second penalty he had. So that's a level field now, other than corner cutting penalties that we applied at the end. Let's look back up the front then. Oh, maybe to stay with Tompa actually. Is he going to fancy one down the inside of Duop? It looks like he's going to try. He's alongside still as we're coming up towards turn 12, and Duke's got it covered. Tompa though still there. He's not gone. And now he's gone. Let's go back to Dan. Battle for the race lead still there. Marinaro, he's doing a great job of just sticking with these guys. He's on the hard tyres at the moment, so he will be... Well, he'll be fine actually at this point. The mediums don't really have a pace advantage anymore after 10 laps. As to say that, Marinaro drops back outside, just on the edge of the DRS zone. Which is good news for Dan. It means there's one less person in your mirrors to concentrate on, and he can set his sights quite happily on Yonti as we go towards that turn 8-9 chicane. And Yonti still behind Yorn. It's a Toro Rosso sandwich with a Haas in the middle. And it's not a nice sandwich to be in if your name's Yonti. It's a great sandwich to be in if your name's Yorn or Dan. You can play him off a little bit, back him up into the other guy. Let's have a quick look further back. Dupe and Tompa. Dupe's got DRS on Duxie B, but just again not quite close enough to make a move this time around. And coming off the corner, see, will anyone get a good drive? Tompa's got a decent drive. Dupe's just a little bit slower. Tompa's going to look here. As Dupe defends the inside line, Tompa's going to have to go the long way around or look for a switchback. He looked for the switchback but was unable to find it. But Dupe just runs wide. He's done it several times through that corner. And that's what's giving Tompa a chance as Yorn and Yonti both pit then from the race lead. Dan's your new leader. Where are they going to come out? Let's go up to see who's going to be ahead. Oh, just ahead is Yorn. Look at that. That is as close as you can get. That's almost an unsafe release there for Toro Rosso. But Beaker goes through. Brownie's going to go through. No, he's not. Yorn is ahead. Brownie is between Yorn and Yonti. But Brownie is going to be on warmer tyres. So Yorn's just going to have to hold him off. So that's effectively, at the moment, that quite potentially is P2 for Yorn. What with Spicy and Fragiaco going to be pissing again at some point, most likely. I'm not saying for definite on Fragiaco, but it's going to be really hard to get those mediums to the end from this point. Spicy will be pissing again because there's no ways he's getting to the end on those softs. As much as you might like to, it's going to be a big ask. But we'll see how he goes. Current race leader is Dan. He's got a bit of clear air now. He's got no Marinaro taking that DRS off him. I would be surprised if we see him coming in this lap though. We'll stay on board with him for a moment and see, does he decide to come in? And yes, he does. He is in then. Race leader is in. Where is he going to come out? It's going to be potentially just behind Yonti, maybe just in front of Max as Marinaro goes through to take the race lead. Let's have a quick look further back. Sector 3, Yonti's off. Yonti's off and he's dropping like a stone. He's going to be down in P11 alongside Duxie B. And did he pick up any damage? It looks okay, but he's now getting swamped there by Duxie B as Tompa has a little slide off the final corner. Where is Dan coming out? He's right there. He's ahead of Brownie actually. So decent pit stop there. Up onto the back of one of his teammate. And with no Yonti in the way, they are looking quite pretty at the moment in what is going to be effectively second and third. Obviously Fragiaco will be most likely pitting again, but he'll be on some rather quick tyres on those final few laps, assuming he can't get those to the end, which is not impossible. Yorn on the back end of Beaker now. Beaker can't do much about it. Yorn's got the pace. Has he got the position? Beaker jumped off the corner into the side of Yorn. Beaker is off track. And he gets the 3-second penalty for his troubles. And lost 2 positions. And now down in effectively currently P6. With Brownie not too far behind him. Dan on the rear of his teammate, hoping he can get past any moment. But I think team orders might be in play here, and just going to be Yorn, stay ahead. Please don't fight too much. And I just need a drink. Hang on. There we go. Right, so Yawn and Dan still get out. They are effectively, at the moment, race lead. Not dead certain, as it all hinges on what Fragiaco does with those mediums. If he can get those to the end, he'll first of all done quite something I didn't expect to see, but it will also be, could potentially be a good win for him. Brownie in 7th on the back end of Beak after his little excursion off the track. I don't think he can even blame anyone other than himself. That has been unfortunate for him. Just hit the inside quite hard, jumping into the side of Yawn, which spun himself. Brownie's looking to make moves. Beaker can't do much about it. Brownie's going to come down the inside and has... Oh, there's some front wing going off there. They're both off there. And that is some front wing damage. Beaker is left the session. He's just made mistake after mistake after mistake by the looks of things. And has left the session straight up. Brownie, did he survive? Did he pick up damage? It doesn't appear to be damage, but you never know. Sometimes there is damage. We just can't see it from the commentator's booth. Spicy is in then. As Dan is still on the rear of his teammate. Where's Max? Max looking like he wants to come past Brownie now. Brownie, after that tangle with Beaker, has dropped back a little bit. Let's just see, where is Spicy? He's gone for the medium tyres. Where's he coming at? He's on his way down now. He's going to lose a fair few places. As Mercedes is right at the other end. Yeah, so he's dropping like a stone now. Let's have a look. Tompa is battling here with Druslav. Tompa is through up into P9. Duxby on their tail wants to come through as well. But Spicy down in P12. Fresh mediums on him. Now can he set the timing boards alight? The big question is, what's Marinello Baby going to do? Is he going to go for softs from here? Green spanner is on, which means he's in the pit window, but it means you can also completely ignore it if you feel you're fine. If he's going to go mediums, he's going to have to pit this lap or next. If he's going to go softs, he needs to be sure that he's going to make it to the softs, because you don't want to be pissing at the wrong time, pissing onto mediums and end up not having long enough to really make use of them. Fragiaco still there in 2nd place, 11 laps in on his mediums, as Marinello comes straight into the pits. As we come to the end of lap 15 of 27, a little swapping going on further back. Brownie and Max are going at it. Duop isn't far off the back end, looking to take advantage of anyone who makes a mistake. Brownie has already had one coming together with another driver here today. He won't want another. Max just needs to be patient behind and wait for that overtaking opportunity. So Fragiaco is in. He's going for mediums again. So Yawn and Dan, race leaders. Marinello Baby comes out in 2nd, right in front of Brownie. 3rd, sorry. That's good news for him, but bad news for the Toro Rossos that he's so close on fresh medium tyres. They really need Brownie to actually get in front of him. Hold him up a little bit for their own sake. But can they get there? We've got a nice train now starting to form. This is for 3rd, down to 6th, with Yonti not too far off the back of them after his spin earlier on. Tompa as well, not too far. Still very tightly bound, this midfield pack. We're talking 3rd down to 11th there. That's it. 3rd to 11th, all in one straight. As Max has had a little spin. Yes, he has. He just a little connection there with Brownie. And he's still trying to get it back on the track and getting a little nudge there from Tompa to say, oi, get out of my way. And Tompa, is he going to come through? Do you pick up any damage from that, did Tompa? It looks okay. So there's movement going on behind. Duxby B is trying to make moves. As Druslav and Beaker. Druslav and Duxby, that's what I was looking for. I skipped the battle. So Max still ahead of Tompa after Max's little spin down there in 7th place. 2 seconds off Yonti now. That little slide would have hurt his tyres just a little bit, taken a bit of life out of them, added a bit more heat. He just needs to be calm for the next few laps, cool them back down. But he has a rampant Tompa on his rear. Tompa's DRSing. Max is trying to squeeze him up against the wall. Tompa says, oi, no, I ain't having any of that. and slides on through. Max now drops down to P8. And he's going to have to find his way back up if he wants to get... He was within a shot of a podium with Brownie and then on to the back end of the race leaders, but one mistake has cost him, similar to Yonti's mistake. Now Max runs a little wide. He won't get a penalty for that, but I believe if he compromises exit, half a second is his gap there now. And Dan and Jon are very close together. I thought we might see an overtake. I just wonder if there's team orders in play here. They're doing a great job to stay together without fighting. Max is still there on top, but he's not making any moves. Duxie, Drew Sav and Spicy just made a little mistake there. That's setting back just a little bit. And this 5-car train, Tomper down to Spicy, 7th to 11th. The last man's not going to get a point at this point in time, which could be a nightmare. We've got 10 laps to go. I'm starting to look at Druslav's tyres and Duop's tyres. They're both in the double digits on the mediums. Can they really go 10 more laps? Are they just going to push them so they can get the softs on? What about Tomper? Is he going to have to come in? Druslav says, look, I'm coming in anyway. That's probably going to be a fresh set of mediums on that car then. As Duxby swerves over to try and break Spicy slipstream. Let's go back up to Yonti, Duop and Brownie all battling for 4th place here. Just in front of them, 2.5 seconds up the field. You've got Marinero Baby, he's 2 seconds off the back of Dan. And it's still quite a tightly bound race here. If you look at all the top 10, the biggest gap is 2.7 seconds. I mean, there's 2 seconds, one that's 1.7, the rest are all sub 1 second. So still got a great race here. It's a long way to go, realistically. We're only on 18 to 27, but so much still can happen. Speaking of happening, Duop's looking to make it happen on Brownie. Does nothing this time. Max and Tomper still trying to make moves. Max needs to get the drive off the corner. Tomper looks to have actually nailed it there. Spicy's on the back end of them. 3 laps in on his mediums. He's going to want to come into this battle, but he's got Duxby on the back end of him. Duxby on 11 lap old hards. Will want a slice of this action. Let's look at this battle for P4. Brownie, Duop and Yonti still going at it as they go round turn 13. Race leaders are still battling. I'm surprised they're not swapping around just to cool each other's engine down. But they've been going for a vast majority of this race, those 2 Toro Rossos. I'm going to assume there's team orders in play, but you never know. Hopefully we won't see an accident between the 2 teammates. But Browning still P4. Max is with Tomper still looking to make a move. Dan, 3-second penalty. That could be big. That's 2nd place with a 3-second penalty. As it stands, Marinero will have him. He's 1.7 off the back of him and coming down slowly but surely. This is assuming Marinello doesn't pick up his own penalty in the process. Brownie's starting to pull away a little bit from Duop as those mediums are starting to fall away on the racing point. It gives Yonti a chance. It's just not close enough really to do anything with it. As Spicy and Max swap places, Max is still fighting this. And he's just nudged the back end there. Did he give a little kiss to straighten him up? He did. Where's Duxby? Duxby's still there as well. And Spicy had the position off Max, and Spicy had a little coming together. Is Max trying to let Spicy back through? I don't think he is. Well, that's one for the stewards, I suspect. And so Max still ahead of Spicy in P8. Now he's right off the back of Tomper and right with Spicy and Duxby on his tail. So they're going to look to leap on that. Yonti, Duop and Brownie still at it for P4, 5, 6. There's a lot of action here. And I don't think we're close to finishing yet. As Yonti's trying to make moves on Duop. Duop with DRS from the main front. Max and Spicy swap places. And Spicy back up to P8. Max sliding through first few corners. And now Spicy, with those fresh mediums, can set his sights on Yonti, Duop and Brownie. He'll make short work of Tompa when he gets there, but he's got to get there first of all. He's not got long to do it. We're on 20 of 27. And I would say don't go anywhere as Yonti and Duop have swapped places. Yonti up to P5 into the chicane first of all. Is that a sign that Duop's tyres are just starting to go ever so slightly? We'll see. We'll watch that gap between him and Yonti, see if it increases over time. And that'll give us a good idea of what is happening in regards to those tyres. And also keep an eye on Tompa behind. He's on 12 lap old mediums. So current race leader is Yawn in the Toro Rosso, followed by Dan. Teammate versus teammate. Less than around 3/10 between them. Marinello Baby in third. 1.6 seconds off the race lead, but he has fresh-ish mediums. Brownie in fourth on old hards, 4 seconds off Marinello, but he's battling with Yonti and Duop for 4th to 6th. Tompa then in a little race of his own, but he's got a Spicy charging up after him. And Spicy's bringing Max and Duxby with him. And there are your top 10. Frajek is currently just outside, but anything can happen. Yonti picks up a 3-second penalty up there in 5th. That could end a chance of him getting P4. Let's have a quick look at the other Ferrari, Fragioco. He's 8.5 seconds off the back of Duxby. And I think at this point, Duop and Tompa, if they're going to pit, they're going to have to pit this lap for soft tyres. You don't want to wait too long, otherwise you just won't get any use of it. And Dan and Yawn swap places in the lead. Oh, a little nudging going on there. If Yawn picks up a 3-second penalty, they are not having team orders, are they? There are no team orders in play. Marinello has closed up quite significantly through that battle. Yawn's apparently 11 seconds off the back of Dan. That's not quite right. But the two Toro Rossos going side by side. Dan is ahead, but Yawn's going to have the inside line here. No, he's not. Dan is your race lead, but has that cost them everything? Because now they've both got a free 3-second penalty to Marinello Baby, who's right on their rear. Has that just cost them the race lead? We are going to find out as we finish lap 21 and move on to 22. It's anyone's guess is what's going to happen here. Yonti's up onto the rear of Brownie, 0.3 between them. Duop's still hanging around. Tompa's falling back a little bit. Spicy's starting to close up as the back sets are starting to spread themselves out now. No one within DRS back there. It's just firmly fixing our eyes on the front three as they're coming up to this DRS section. Dan with a 3-second, Yawn with a 3-second. Marinello Baby, I don't think has any. He may do. We will find out later on when the checker flag falls. But Marinello Baby on those fresher mediums, right there in the battle for the lead. We'll find out as we go. Yawn they just need to get the perfect drive off every corner as Yonti and Brownie swapping places. Yonti back up into P4. Has he got a chance of charging up to those leaders? They are 5 seconds up the field. He does have a few penalties to his name, so it's unlikely to see him making a charge. But who knows? And Marinello still on the back here, sliding through turn 12 there. That's going to lost them a few tenths. Just to put a little bit more heat into those tyres as well. That's exactly what these Toro Rossos are going to want. And so 0.8 is the gap between the front two and the second two as they come to start 23 of 27. It's all still to play for here. I'm just going to quickly take a cheeky look. I don't normally do this, but I normally have someone else who can keep track with me. Warning, warning, nothing. So Marinello is penalty free as it stands. That is going to mean he will take the win as it stands. That's the crucial part. If he gets one penalty, then he will be on level terms with the two in front of him, as they starting to try and pull away from him. They've done quite a good job. Marinello just still confident coming off the corner. Yawn is going to go into the race lead. Maybe they were trying to support each other with penalties. But Yorn is now your race leader. Dan in P2, Marinobaby in P3. Yonti in P4. Still got a Brownie on his tail, along with Europe. They are not getting separated anytime soon. Spicy's caught up to Tompa. Half a second there. Max down in 9th and Duxby not too far behind him in 10th place. And we'll see if this works out for them in the front. They just really need Marinobaby to make a small mistake and pick up a penalty. That's all they can hope for at this stage. They can't seem to have the pace to out-drag him. They're just going to try and keep him behind and wait till he gets a penalty. See if they can make him burn those tyres off. But he's actually looking quite close. Let's have a quick look. He's in DRS of Dan. Is he going to make a move here? He's looking. He's looking. He's thinking. He's thinking. No, not yet. I've got time. Let's have a look back at Brownie and Yonti. No, still nothing happening there. Spicy and Tompa. Spicy going down the inside. And he is going to be up then. And that is a Tompa spinning. And unfortunately he's ghosted as he tried to come back onto the track there. It was almost dangerous. But P10 for Tompa and Fragioko's eyes must be absolutely lit up right now. You can see a point on the cards. He's just got to make use of what he's got. Let's have a look at Marinobaby and Dan and Yorn still going at top 3. At the moment, the Toro Rossos in front have a 3-second penalty each. Marinobaby, can you have an easy to pronounce name, please? Marinobaby has 0 penalties to his name. It could all come down to the checker flag. I mean, Yorn and Dan aren't exactly doing team orders. That's probably not going to help them here. But I mean, in all fairness to them, they are racing, and that's what we want to see. We don't want to see teams setting up blockades and telling each other don't race. We want to see some action. Marinobaby is definitely going to see some action before the end of this race. He's just got to keep it between the white lines. I thought that was going to be it. I've jinxed Brownie a lot yesterday in racing. Hopefully I'm not going to jinx anyone else too much in comparison to him today. Let's have a look at Brownie. He's not blown up. But he is holding on to the back of Yonti. They've cleared the DRS to Duop, which is good. Duop's tyres now must be starting to feel absolutely terrible. They are 18 lap old mediums. He's definitely taken those to the end. We're on 25 of 27. As race leaders are still closely bound. Everyone is really still closely bound. We've got some big gaps towards the back, but Beaker's not here. Drusav's had a bad day. Duxby's trying to make moves on Max. Let's see, Drusav's there? Drusav's still there. We've only had one DNFer so far, and that was Ray Ray. After a little spin in the corners, Duxby's going to go around Max, and past Max he goes. Up into P8 then. And Max is going to have to try and find a way back past him. He's going to get the drive off the corner. Oh, where's Duxby going? I think Duxby knows it's Max and wants to get a hell away from him as quickly as possible. And does so. For now, let's go back up to the race lead then. We're on 25 of 27, coming towards the end of said lap with 2 more to go after this. It is still Toro Rosso 1-2, followed by Williams. It's going to be a great day for the Toro Rossos, whatever happens. Even if Marinobaby jumps them through penalties, it is still going to be a great day for both of them. I don't think anyone gave them a hope of even getting a double podium, but here they are. Yonti and Brownie switching further back as they're going side by side. And Yonti has the position still. Max has thrown it in the pits. That's going to promote Tompa up another place, but Max will be on softs. Will he be able to get onto the back of Tompa before the end of the race? I don't think he will. Although Tompa's on some very old mediums, so who knows. Max is going to try for the fastest lap. Meanwhile, trying to do a fast lap is Dan. Are you looking to make moves on Yorn? He's made it. Was that a let through? That doesn't look like a let through, does it? Dan is still there. Marinobaby is still there as well. The Williams is still penalty free, and that is what it's going to come down to. We've got 1 lap and a sector to go here at the rest of the French Grand Prix. Marino Baby's looking to make moves. These Toro Rossos need to be aware that he wants to come through, because if he gets a penalty, then there's nothing he can do about it. They just need to stay ahead of him for as long as they can. As there's blue flags starting to fly. Who's that for? Is that Beaker or is that Max? I think it must be Beaker, because Beaker's a long way back. So, starts the final lap. It is Yawn from Dan, then Maranello Baby. It's going to come down to the checkered flag. Dan's looking to make moves on Yawn. And he's got to be careful. You don't want to take your teammate out. First rule of racing is don't crash into your teammate. Second rule is don't talk about racing. Brownie and Yonti is still going out as well. This is 4th and 5th. There's a battle going on further back between Tompa and Fragiaco. Brownie's gone through, but they're now side by side. And Brownie is through. Yellow in sector 1. Not sure who that is. We won't really pay much attention to it, in all fairness, because we've still got a battle for the lead. Dan Yawn are the two Toro Rossos. Yawn in front, both with 3-second penalties. Maranello Baby hasn't got any, but if he picks one up here, it's all systems change, and he's just needs to put together. He's on turn number 9. Jurislav picks up a 3-second penalty. Only 5 corners to go then for Maranello Baby to take this win. He just needs to stay on the back of them, not do anything silly, and he'll have it. Dan's still... The Toro Rossos need to take it careful, because if that happens, they could lose out big time here. Dan's nudged himself ahead of Yawn. And Maranello is going to try and come round the outside. He's going to have the inside here, but he's run wide. Is this the 3-second penalty? It's not. He's got away with it. He's on the rear of Yawn now. It's all coming down to this. Maranello might not even know that these guys have 3-second penalties. He's looking to make a dive. As long as he doesn't put the other guy out. He's made it. Dan's going to cross the line first, then Yawn, then Maranello. Maranello jumps up through penalties to take the win. Great result for him. Brownie's going to come across in 4th, followed by Yonti. Duop is in 6th. Is he going to jump up at all? No, he's not. Duxie, B and Spicy coming across 7th and 8th. Fragiaco comes across in 10th, loses a place there, unfortunately for Tompa. Max and Jurislav. Jurislav's had a mistake there on the final lap. And I'm not even sure where we are, because he's doing cross country. Oh, we're at turn 12, thank you, board. And Jurislav's retired. So Max will come across in 11th to finish. And there we go. What a race that was. That was action non-stop. Even to the checkered flag, we still had action. Maranello Baby with the win. Outstanding result for him. But still, 2 Toro Rossos on the podium as well. They'll be well chuffed. They'll be slightly annoyed that they couldn't take the win here today, but a 2nd and 3rd, still a great result for them. And Maranello lifting that trophy up. He will be very chuffed. Chuffed to bits, Governor. And there we go. Wow, what a race. What a race. So let's have a quick final look at those standings then for you. After that, I can only be described as an epic. Oh, that's the wrong button. So there you go, confirmation. Maranello taking the win. And I don't normally do driver of the day when I'm on solo casting, but there's your driver of the day right there. Started 13th, penalty free, taking the win. Dan in 2nd, followed by Yawn. Yawn actually had 6 seconds of penalties in the end. I don't know if he got one towards the end, or he already had one from earlier on. Brownie in 4th, Yonti 5th, Duop 6th, Spicy 7th, Duxby 8th, Tompa 9th, Fragiaco running at your top 10. Just missing out there is Max, followed by Jurislav, Beaker and Ray Ray. And well, and there we go. That is the end of the European Racing Series here at France. We'll be back next week with the Austrian Grand Prix. So join me then.